Imagine a collision not of planets, not of stars, but of entire universes. A vast, incomprehensible force where reality itself, space-time, matter, energy, and even the laws that govern them, comes into direct conflict with another cosmos. The very foundations of existence would be shaken. Unlike any event humanity has ever experienced or could predict, this is a confrontation on scales so vast that conventional understanding collapses. Light years become meaningless, time itself may be distorted, and the universe we know would no longer serve as a stable stage. To imagine two universes colliding is to confront the ultimate extremity of cosmic chaos, where creation, destruction, and transformation intertwine in ways that defy intuition. Physics offers a glimpse into the magnitude of such an event. Our universe, a vast expanse of space-time shaped by gravity, dark matter, and dark energy, exists within a larger multiverse. If such a concept holds true, other universes, potentially infinite in number, may harbor entirely different laws of physics. Constants such as the speed of light, gravitational strength, or the behavior of fundamental particles may differ. A collision between two such universes would not merely be an astronomical event. It would be a clash of realities, an interaction between differing physical fabrics, where space and time themselves could twist, fracture, or merge. Some theoretical models suggest that such collisions are not only possible, but may have occurred. In the context of eternal inflation, our universe may be one bubble among countless others. These bubbles, forming in a frothy multiverse, could occasionally drift close enough to interact. The impact would not resemble any ordinary explosion. Rather, it could manifest as a massive release of energy, the creation of exotic matter, or the formation of entirely new regions of space-time. The consequences for any observers, if observation is even possible, are nearly inconceivable, a scale of destruction and creation far beyond human comprehension. The effects on matter within our universe would be catastrophic. Regions of overlapping universes could experience sudden, violent shifts in fundamental forces. Gravity might fluctuate wildly, electromagnetic fields could spike, and atomic structures might destabilize. Even the concept of continuity would break down. Particles could be torn from one universe into another, energies could spike beyond comprehension, and space-time might fold, stretch, or collapse unpredictably. Within seconds, the familiar architecture of the cosmos could be replaced with chaos, a landscape where stars, galaxies, and even planets are subject to forces beyond any earthly analogy. And yet, beyond physics, the collision raises profound philosophical questions. What does it mean for reality itself to collide with another reality? Is consciousness, life, or even causality preserved across universes? If universes have differing physical laws, then matter, energy, and perhaps even the concept of existence could behave in fundamentally alien ways. The collision is not only a catastrophic event, but a confrontation with the limits of human understanding, a reminder that our perception of reality is local, provisional, and fragile in the face of cosmic scales. If contemplating the unimaginable chaos of universe-scale collisions fascinates you, 404 Altverse is where these stories unfold. Subscribe and explore with us the ultimate frontiers of existence, where physics, imagination, and philosophy merge, and where the collision of entire realities challenges every assumption about space, time, and life itself. Each scenario is a journey into the sublime, an exploration of scale, and a meditation on the fragility and resilience of reality. Even before the collision, the approaching universe could exert subtle influences. Gravitational anomalies, distortions in dark energy, or fluctuations in vacuum energy might hint at its arrival. These precursor effects, though imperceptible on human scales, could ripple across space-time, subtly warping the geometry of our universe. Stars may wobble, light may bend unpredictably, and the delicate balance maintaining galaxies could begin to shift. The collision is not sudden in every sense. It begins with subtle whispers in the fabric of existence, a cosmic foreshadowing of the ultimate encounter. Finally, The scenario forces reflection on human vulnerability and perspective. We are observers on a tiny planet in a single universe, accustomed to thinking in human scales, even astronomical ones. Yet in the face of colliding universes, every concept of scale, time, and significance is dwarfed. Humanity becomes a spectator in a cosmic drama where the actors are entire realities and the stage is infinite. It is both humbling and exhilarating, a reminder that life is precious, existence is fragile, and curiosity is our bridge to understanding the incomprehensible. As two universes draw near, the very fabric of reality begins to react. Space itself, once uniform and stable, may stretch, ripple, or even tear under the strain of approaching cosmic forces. In models of eternal inflation, the boundaries between universes are thin membranes, or branes, floating in a higher dimensional space. When these branes approach one another, their interactions could generate tremendous energy, potentially triggering the birth of entirely new regions of space-time. The collision would not merely destroy or merge, it could create, fold, and restructure reality on a scale beyond comprehension. The familiar three-dimensional world may be supplanted by higher-dimensional distortions, where cause and effect become malleable, and where familiar physical constants fluctuate violently. Matter, as we understand it, would experience unprecedented stresses. At the interface of colliding universes, particles could be accelerated to energies far exceeding those produced in any human-made collider, creating exotic states of matter and energy. Atoms might be ripped apart, molecules destabilized, and energy released in forms unimaginable. Light itself could bend, twist, or fragment, creating phenomena that defy the very notion of observation. Galaxies, stars, and planetary systems could be torn apart, not merely by gravity, but by distortions in space-time, causing a cascade of destruction that propagates across cosmic scales. The energy released during such a collision would be staggering. Consider the energy of a supernova multiplied by unimaginable orders of magnitude. Regions of reality searing with heat, radiation, and gravitational flux. Cosmic backgrounds would shift, dark energy might fluctuate unpredictably, and gravitational waves could ripple across the newly merged or distorted spacetime. The event would not simply be catastrophic in a localized sense. It would rewrite the conditions for existence itself, transforming everything from the subatomic to the intergalactic scale. In essence, reality would be reshaped, recreated, and redefined in a single cosmic instant. Yet, amidst this chaos, creation is also possible. The collision might give birth to new universes, emerging as pockets of stable spacetime where new laws of physics take root. Entire realms could form, with distinct dimensions, forces, and constants. Life, if it can arise under such extreme conditions, might take forms entirely alien to our understanding. Consciousness, too, could exist in ways that defy human perception, bound to physical principles that are entirely unfamiliar. The collision, destructive as it may be, is also an act of cosmic creativity, a violent genesis on the scale of infinite possibility. If the scale of this multiversal catastrophe and creation fascinates you, 404 Altverse is your portal to explore it. Subscribe and traverse with us the boundaries of physics, imagination, and speculation, where entire realities clash, fold, and give rise to new possibilities. Each theory, each model, is a lens through which to understand the extraordinary, the terrifying, and the sublime consequences of universe-scale interactions. Philosophically, the collision raises profound questions about reality itself. Are universes self-contained, or do they influence one another in subtle, undetectable ways until a catastrophic encounter occurs? If universes can collide, then existence is not static. It is dynamic, evolving not just within a single cosmos, but across a vast multiverse, a web of interacting realities. Humanity, confined to a single observable universe, can only speculate about the consequences, yet the imagination allows us to peer into these infinite possibilities, to wonder at the scale, and to recognize the fragility and beauty of our own existence within a tiny fragment of cosmic expanse. The approach of a second universe could also produce subtle pre-collision effects. Gravitational anomalies might distort galactic clusters, high-energy radiation could fluctuate unpredictably, and the cosmic microwave background could register faint disturbances, whispers of an impending cosmic convergence. For civilizations advanced enough to detect them, these signals could serve as the first warning, a prelude to a cataclysm that is otherwise incomprehensible. The collision is not instantaneous. It is preceded by a symphony of cosmic changes, stretching across millennia and vast distances, a gradual crescendo that culminates in the ultimate cosmic event. Even as the physics of collision unfolds, existential reflection becomes unavoidable. Humanity's understanding of reality, scale, and permanence is challenged. Our universe, once perceived as the entirety of existence, is revealed to be one of potentially infinite realities, susceptible to interactions that dwarf every astronomical disaster we have ever imagined. The collision reminds us that stability is provisional, that even the fundamental fabric of existence is not immune to external forces, and that the cosmos operates on scales that render human concerns simultaneously insignificant and precious. Finally, the event invites speculation about survival, not in a literal sense for humans confined to one universe, but for information, consciousness, and existence itself. Could any fragment of a universe persist? Could patterns of matter or energy survive in altered form? Could intelligence, if sufficiently advanced, engineer survival strategies that transcend the limits of a single cosmos? These questions stretch the imagination to its limits, forcing us to consider not just life and death, but the continuity of reality itself. When two universes collide, the scale of the event defies human comprehension. Time itself may warp, bending into loops or stretching to near infinity in localized regions. Space could fold, creating overlapping layers of reality where distance loses meaning and causality becomes uncertain. Imagine a cosmic symphony in which every note represents a different law of physics, and suddenly, two symphonies merge in discord and harmony simultaneously. The collision is both destructive and creative. Galaxies may be torn apart, stars may be scattered, and yet entire new regions of spacetime could emerge, bearing the seeds of creation for eons to come. The interface of two colliding universes could be a region of unimaginable energy. Particle collisions at these boundaries would surpass anything conceivable, producing exotic matter, unstable forms of energy, and phenomena that challenge even the most advanced physics. The vacuum of space, once considered the calm backdrop of existence, would become a dynamic arena of transformation. Structures that define reality, from atomic bonds to gravitational fields, might bend, break, or fuse with their counterparts from the other universe. Light, energy, and time would become fluid, flowing in unpredictable ways, as if the cosmos itself is improvising in response to the convergence of two realities. The consequences for consciousness, if it could perceive such a collision, are equally staggering. Awareness, intelligence, and life as we know them are constrained by the physical laws of a single universe. In regions where laws collide or transform, consciousness might dissolve, merge, or evolve into entirely new forms. Life, if it can persist, may experience existence on scales and dimensions beyond imagination. Perhaps intelligence could exist not as biological entities, but as patterns of energy, as phenomena embedded in the fabric of a newly forming reality, capable of perceiving universes in ways humans cannot conceive. The collision becomes not merely a physical event, but an existential one, a confrontation with the very nature of being. For civilizations advanced enough to manipulate or observe such phenomena, the stakes are unprecedented. Technologies capable of navigating or stabilizing interuniversal interactions might emerge, yet even the most advanced intelligence would face uncertainty. Every action, every intervention would ripple unpredictably across realities, shaping the outcome of the collision in ways that are partially knowable and partially incomprehensible. The universe, or rather the multiverse, operates on scales that dwarf human cognition, yet the potential for understanding, however limited, is a testament to the power of curiosity, imagination, and persistence. If the concept of universes colliding enthralls you, 404 Alt-verse is your gateway to exploring these ultimate frontiers. Subscribe and witness with us the interaction of realities, the chaos and creation that emerge when cosmoses meet, and the profound reflections on existence that follow. Each scenario stretches the imagination, challenges understanding, and reminds us of the sublime scale of the multiverse. The collision also illuminates the paradox of destruction and creation. While one universe may experience localized annihilation, stars disintegrating, planets shredded, galaxies destabilized, the merger may birth entirely new structures. New space-time pockets may form, governed by altered constants and dimensions. Matter may reorganize into unfamiliar configurations, energy may flow in novel patterns, and time may emerge differently within these nascent realms. In this cosmic crucible, destruction is inseparable from creation, chaos inseparable from order, and the end inseparable from the beginning. Philosophically, the implications are staggering. Humanity, accustomed to thinking in the finite and local, must confront scales of reality that make even the most catastrophic earthly events seem negligible. Colliding universes challenge our notions of permanence, stability, and meaning. They reveal existence as a dynamic, interwoven process where life, consciousness, and intelligence occupy only a tiny fragment of a boundless multiverse. And yet, the act of contemplating such collisions is itself profound. Our capacity to imagine the unimaginable, to theorize the impossible, and to find significance in the face of infinity becomes a defining feature of our species. Subtle signals of a universe on a collision course could manifest long before the dramatic encounter. Gravitational anomalies, shifts in dark energy, or fluctuations in cosmic background radiation may hint at the approach. For advanced civilizations, these early signs could be both a warning and an opportunity, a chance to prepare, observe, or perhaps even intervene in a process that is fundamentally beyond ordinary comprehension. The multiverse, in its immensity, offers both terror and possibility, demonstrating that the cosmos is simultaneously indifferent and profoundly generative. Finally, the collision forces reflection on humanity's place within the infinite. We are observers of a tiny fragment of reality, yet our minds can perceive, theorize, and imagine the ultimate scales of existence. The meeting of two universes is a reminder that life, intelligence, and consciousness occupy a fragile niche within an immense multiversal tapestry. Yet our awareness, curiosity, and desire to understand connect us to the broader cosmos in a way that is deeply meaningful. We are participants in a story of unimaginable scale, capable of pondering forces, events, and possibilities that dwarf both ourselves and the stars. In the end, the collision of universes is not merely a spectacle of physics. It is a meditation on existence, perception, and imagination. Reality, fragile yet resilient, chaotic yet creative, unfolds in ways that challenge comprehension. Humanity, small yet aware, fragile yet inquisitive, finds meaning not in dominion over the cosmos, but in understanding, exploration, and reflection. The multiverse is vast, indifferent, and terrifying, yet within that immensity lies wonder, potential, and the infinite scope of possibility. And so, as two universes collide, reality itself becomes both a laboratory and a mirror, a place where cosmic forces operate beyond our control, yet where intelligence can perceive, reflect, and marvel. The end of one reality may be the beginning of another. Chaos and creation dance together, and in witnessing this, humanity glimpses the sublime scale of existence, infinite, mysterious, and endlessly compelling.